In the famous words of Albert Einstein, just because you're not out here banging the Mona Lisa doesn't mean you're not doing good. And today we're going to go over a base that doesn't involve banging the Mona Lisa. This is a simple base, but an amazing base. It's a beautiful base. It's a base that your neighbor's not going to marvel at you building, but they are going to marvel at you when they try to raid it. So this is the base for it, the foundation. 2 squares, 3 triangles. It's that simple. And if you know what you're looking at here, a bunker base, then you don't need to watch this video. I'm not about wasting time, so you're free to leave here. Also, before you leave, just note the base does look a bit like a cock, so I found that a little funny. Anyways, let's get into it. Let's upgrade all the foundations. Everything needs to go to stone or higher because that's what you want to do with rust. Now let's build the walls. There's no real trick here. You just build some walls, you build some doors. It's a pretty basic layout. Just follow what I'm doing here. Walls on the outside except for one wall that's going to be a door frame, because you need to get in and out of your base. That is a bit tricky, though, because we're going to go over that later. But this is your main entry point to the base. It's that door right there that I just built. Upgrade everything to stone with the magic of YouTube. We're just going to do that instantly. Feel free to upgrade it to sheet metal, but this is what you should be looking at here. You've got a base with 3 doors, 2 squares, 3 triangles. One of those triangles is going to be extra storage space, and those 2 squares are going to be the main part of your base. Now I'm going to put down the doors. I show this because some of you have a room temperature IQ, and if I don't put down the doors, you tell me, Serial, the base isn't going to work because it doesn't have doors. And then I start raging, and it's just fun for no one. Put down your TC because, again, some of you room temperature. Now, you need to put on your ceilings. This is something that preschoolers should be able to do, but squares go to squares, triangles go to triangles. It's that simple. You were taught it when you were 3 years old. Try to think back to that time and remember how smart you were. So, now that you got that down, put a half wall right here because you don't want anyone sneaking in through the roof. You're going to go upgrade all of that to stone because, again, you don't want people to be able to break in easily. And now comes the main point of this base. Before you do anything else, before you put any more walls down, lay down a sleeping bag in one of these 2 squares. If you come back to this video in a year or two and you say, Serial, I followed your base build, and how do I get into this base? I'm going to ask you, did you lay down a sleeping bag? And if you didn't, I want someone to put you at this timestamp where I tell you that you are a complete idiot because I just told you to put down a sleeping bag. Anyways, now what you're going to do is put down 1 half wall right here. Do not upgrade this past twig unless you want your life to be very hard. And if your life is very hard because you upgraded that piece, don't get mad at me. Remember, I told you so. So, leave that as twig. You can upgrade this triangle right here that I'm standing on at will. The key here is basically when you break that twig piece, it's going to break the triangle piece, and you can go through to these 2 main squares, whereas once this triangle piece is upgraded, and once you've placed a half wall here, there's going to be no way for an attacker to get to that twig piece, which means the only way, the easiest way to break it is from the inside, which means you have to have a bag on the inside. Without that sleeping bag there, you can't get in there, and raiders can't get in there. The only person who can break that twig easily is a person with a sleeping bag, which is why it's so important that you put down a sleeping bag. But yeah, this is your base. You spawn into a sleeping bag, break this twig half wall right here. The triangle floor that we laid is going to break, and now you can go through and play like a normal game, and then when you come back, just make sure you put down that half wall, leave it twig, put down the triangle, upgrade it to stone or something higher. And that is a very basic bunker base that will get you through most wipes.